Hey everyone, so this is the Medic 225 course orientation video. So this video will show you how to get around our Medic 225 online course for this semester. So what you're looking at is called the home page. You get to it by logging in and you automatically kind of land here, so it works out well. You can always come back here by clicking on the home page in the navigation pane over on the left hand side. So over here in the navigation pane you can see that we have a number of tabs here. We have a home and announcements, modules, our Mcgraw-Hill Connect tab, syllabus, grades, chat, link to the Contra Costa College library, and then Confer Now as well as settings. Okay, so under the Home tab, the first tab is Announcements. But before we go into that tab, I just want to show you that you can see, actually, the last 2 or 3 announcements on the actual home page when you very first log in. So I have the last several announcements linked up here to the home page, but if you want to reply, you can simply click Reply here, or you can go into the announcements and read the announcement, click reply here, and then type out your response and post. So I usually leave the announcements open to comments. You are welcome to comment there. I do check those throughout the week. Typically I'll post announcements at the beginning of the week with some updated information, things to look out for, things to be aware of for the week, what the agenda is. So you definitely want to be checking those announcements out throughout the week just to kind of stay ahead of the curve and up to date with class. Okay, so from announcements, we go to the modules tab, and this is probably the most important tab of the course. This is where you're going to do the most work. It's probably the one that you will visit the most often. So each of the modules is labeled by week. Week 1 you will complete during week 1. Week 2 you're going to complete during week 2, and so on. The first module is the orientation module, which is where you found this video. You are going to complete the orientation module first, and that is a prerequisite to start the week 1 module, which is the next one down. So all of the modules are kind of built the same with the exception of the orientation module. The orientation module has a lot of extra stuff in it to kind of get you acclimated to the course. But outside of that, the remainder of the modules kind of are built the same. So if we're looking at week 2 here, all of the modules are going to have a learning outcomes and content page, and it's basically going to tell you what week we're covering, what chapters are being covered that week, the unit overview information, the things that you should be able to do after you've completed all of the work for the chapter, and then what you need to do in order to be able to complete those things at the end of the chapter. There will be some video lectures in there for you. There will be lecture map videos for you to follow along, and then there are PowerPoints that are available for you to download and follow along with the mapping videos if you would like. Now this page is set up as a discussion board, so you can also reply here directly to this board with questions if you have specific questions about this material and you don't feel like emailing me. You can always email me. That is a much more direct approach to getting my attention, but if you would like to, if you have just a general question about this stuff, then you can also reply here as well. So the next tab is our Mcgraw-Hill Connect tab, and there will be a whole nother video that you're going to watch specific to this tab. So check that out. Make sure you check that out. It will help explain how to get registered and a little bit of orientation information for Mcgraw-Hill. So the next down would be our Syllabus tab. And the syllabus, although this is going to look quite a bit different by the time you see this video, the syllabus tab is basically a summary of what you're supposed to do for the course. So it is all of the assignments that will be due are listed here, and then also you have a calendar. that tells you by due date. If you wanted to click on a due date, you could, and it would tell you what's due that day. Also, you have the option to see how your grades are weighted. So you know that your orientation module assignments are going to be worth 5% of your grade. Whoops. Here. And your Connect assignments through Mcgraw-Hill are going to be 25%. Your discussion boards are another 15% of your grade. Once we get to week 6, we're going to start our Metasoft assignments. Those are worth 25% of your overall grade. And then lastly, the exams for the course are going to be 30% of your overall grade. So all of that totaled up together is going to give you 100%. So that's kind of how that works. And you will also be able to see that same information over in the grading section. Okay, so I've switched over to the student view to show you the grading section because it looks quite a bit different than it does for myself as an instructor. So in the grade section, you will have all of the assignments that are assigned to you throughout the course, and you again have this weighting system here that shows you where all of the percentages making up your total score come from. Now the really cool thing about this grading section is that you can put in simulated scores. So I'll show you that. So you can put in what if scores here anywhere that there's a score box. So say I think I'm probably going to get 10 out of 10 on that syllabus assignment. And I think that out of this discussion board I'm probably going to get a solid 15. Sometimes I slack on those. And out of the homework assignment, it's my first chapter, so I plan on doing pretty well. The second week, I know that I've got a lot of appointments that week. I may only get 12. You can put all of these various scores in, and it will give you a total down here of what your overall score will be, considering all of the weights over here on the right hand side. So it's really kind of cool. It's a really neat tool to use if you think that you are not going to be able to complete an assignment and you have read in the syllabus that I'm not a big fan of late assignments. Then you can put in a 0 here and find out what that's going to do. So before it was 84%, now that took your total down to 30% almost. So you can kind of be your own judge about whether or not it's worth it to skip an assignment and know what it's going to do to your grade prior to actually skipping an assignment, or prior to you know, kind of going a little easier on an assignment than you normally would have. Alright, so that's your grades tab. The next tab down is chat. Anytime that I am online, you are always welcome to chat me. You can find out if I'm online. Here I'm logged in as a test student, and so you will be able to click and chat me. I won't be logged in as a test student, I'll be logged in as myself, and you can then chat me. You can also turn on alerts so that when I chat you back, you get alerted that I have messaged you. The next tab down is a link to our Contra Costa College library. It's a really good resource to have. It also makes it pretty easy so that you don't actually have to go to the library if you don't have time. You can search all of the library databases here. And then the last tab is the Confer Now tab, and that is where a list of any upcoming Zoom meetings that we have planned will be listed, and then any event recordings. Now, full disclosure, I've had difficulty with this tab in the past. I have put it in to this course I'm going to try to make it work again this semester, but if for some reason I cannot get this to work the way that I want it to, there will be another module built into the course where you can see any recorded meetings and also any upcoming meeting invitations. So if we can't find the information here, then look for the module that says Zoom meetings, because there will be one there for that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's all of the basics for the orientation and how to navigate the course. It's pretty self-explanatory and easy. You just want to make sure that you're following the navigation pane over here on the left-hand side. If you need to message me, you can use the inbox tab over here and then message me directly. You're also welcome to email me at jle@contracosta.edu. Thanks, guys.